Oh, hello, beautiful people. Welcome or welcome back. It's your girl, BL. I really appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. Well, today is about the sign, the Zodiac sign, Leo. We are going to get into it. I'm excited. I have a whole lot to say. However, I have to start with my disclaimer, as I always start with this as often as possible. Two things. One, I am a very intuitive astrologer. So the way that I go about this video may not look like what you're used to seeing when it comes to astrology, astrologers talking about it. So keep that in mind. I'm very intuitive. Before starting any video, I pray, I connect, I dive in from a place of authenticity. My cat is going insane trying to get in here. Do I open the door and give in or not? I'll let her in. Fine, hold on. I'm such a sucker. I let her in. It's fine. Anyway, did the color just change? Anyway, okay, back to it. Let's go. So I am an intuitive astrologer who just taps in. What comes to mind is what comes to mind. I storytell. I give y'all the real deal about what I've gone through in my life. We talk about different things. I'm not going to go through every single characteristic about a Leo, blah, blah, blah. But I am going to give you a gist and tell you the second thing. So this is the second disclaimer. We have all 12 signs in our birth chart. The zodiac signs, all 12 of them live within us. The characteristics, the energy, we all hold them. As human beings, we all have it in common. It's just about what area of your life the zodiac sign affects and how you show up, so on and so forth. So if you're not into birth charts, then just keep in mind that it's an energy thing. Okay, so in general, you have the characteristics. A Leo, Virgo, all that stuff. Spotlight, Spotty with the spotlight. She loved it. Okay, Spotty. Hi. Every time I record, she wants to be around. But yeah, we all have all 12 zodiac signs. So we have to keep that in mind when we're saying, oh, this person is a Leo, but I can't stand that Virgo. Oh my gosh, but I don't mind Leos. It's like you have all of them in you. So it's just about utilizing the energy. That's what we're going to talk about. Every single video that I drop, you should watch. I already did Aries, Pisces, Capricorn, Aquarius. Go back to those videos after this because it talks about different areas of your life and how to really take advantage of these energies that we all have in us naturally. Okay? Very important. You're going to hear me talk about that in my channel quite often. So keep that in mind, please. Okay? But the name of the game is Leo energy. So we're going to talk about it. And yes, this is Spotty, everyone. She wants to say hello. This is Spotty. Hi. My baby. She's a kitten, but I call her a cat because she's grown. Anyway, so Leo, love the spotlight. First of all, okay, I can't. Leos love the spotlight. There is this spotlight that actually naturally shines on a Leo, to be honest. Leo energy is ruled by the sun. We have something in us where you walk in somewhere and they're like, yo, something about you, even if it's not walking in somewhere, but it's in a certain area of your life. Like in a relationship, people gravitate to you so much, but when it comes to friendships, it's hard to make friends. It's like creativity. You understand. This is crazy. Creativity is very important to Leos. Very crucial to get so creative. To have childlike energy shine through is so important too. So even my cat being here, wanting me to pet her and be all playful and all over the camera, it's like be lighthearted. That's the whole goal of a Leo typically, especially the high vibing energy. When you're really into that vibe, it's, oh my goodness, she has not done all this in a little bit. Girl. But yeah, it's supposed to be just lighthearted energy where you're able to tap into your inner child and really let loose. Like, who are you to the core? Not the serious person where life hit and you had to really get down and grind. Yeah. Okay, we understand that part. We all have that part in us. We have that focused energy, regardless of how lazy someone looks in a certain area. Maybe not. I always use pets as an example, like maybe not to humans and working and all that, but with their pet, they don't play. Or, with the online world, because they love video games, they don't play and they're sharp about it and they show up. Like everyone has certain energies. Oh, you're going to sit right here. Y'all, I can't make this up. If you see my other videos, she does not stick around this long. Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry, y'all. But I cannot cut this video because we got to flow. See, lighthearted. Things may not be perfect, but a Leo knows how to ride with the wave and make it fun anyway. Make it work. Okay, so it's learning to go with life's curveballs and to really make shit fun, make life lighthearted. That is the goal. However, with the lighthearted energy comes anger, frustration, but from a place of wanting to be seen. So if you're naturally shining a light, when the light isn't shown on you, it's annoying. Can you stop? Okay, Spotty, you're doing a lot. Like, you're gonna knock my stuff over. I'm gonna have to make you leave. Okay? You gotta chill. Okay? I don't want to kick you out. You have to chill. Bruh. Oh my gosh. I've recorded so many videos. I have not had to go through this with her, and she comes in here every time. So she must be connected to my recording energy because none of her siblings do this, but she does. Anyway, with that comes wanting to be recognized in times where you're not being recognized. Leo energy, it's this thing where you want a valid reason to show up because you want people to applaud you. It's a natural craving because Leo energy loves people. If we don't get the applause, if we do this thing, because Leo energy is very creative, you know, when we tap into that childlike energy, creativity naturally comes about. A child can make something out of nothing. You know what I mean? They're going to have fun with that box that you give them because they understand that I have an imagination. I can make something happen. I don't have to do things the most orthodox way. However, sometimes the child may be like, Mommy, Daddy, look, and they're twirling in the box or they're doing something weird. It's this want to feel seen, want to feel wanted, want to feel like people like you and people want to see your creative side, want to see you do the things that you enjoy doing. And so that's the challenge, the pros and cons. Like I've said in every video, every single zodiac sign has a pro and a con. We all are made up of the pros and the cons. It's all about choices. There's something called free will. So you have the free will to choose to care so much about what people think versus not. And that's the challenge. We all have it in us, this energy. However, how much you care about it will vary and depend. Maybe when you're at school, you don't care what people think. But when you're at this specific club outside of school, you really care because it comes from a heart space. It comes from something that really moves you and you feel passionate about. Passion is the name of the game when it comes to Leo energy. That creative spark comes from something you're passionate about, something you're excited about. And you know, when people kind of get sensitive about their creativity or people not supporting them, you also feel that energy too. It's like, yes, you could be in your private space, vibing out, creating things for fun, but when it comes down to it, you want the recognition, you want the praise, you want people to see who you are. So that's a challenge that a lot of us face. However, when you have strong Leo in your chart, like if you have Leo Sun, if you have, you know, Leo Mars, things like that, different planets affecting the sign, that's when it's like, okay, here's how it shows up in your life. And also houses. So if you have, for example, Leo in the second house, there's this craving to have fun while making money and calling in things that you want. So maybe you're a club promoter, or maybe you're somebody that does like excursions on vacations, or you're a travel agent and you love to also travel while helping other people travel. It's this fun way to make money, maybe unorthodox creative ideas, baking, but baking in a different way. It's like something that taps into that inner child and makes you feel filled with life. That is how you want to call in money and want to call in a level of stability and the things that you genuinely want. This cat is literally nibbling on me right now. Oh my goodness. A lot of love. Okay, and see, Leos get a lot of love, a lot of attention. And so you kind of start to get addicted to it. That Leo energy in us is like, dang, this is nice. This is nice. Clearly my touches right now are real nice for her. She can't get enough. You know, it's like there is just this, you attract people without trying too hard. And like I said, it shows up in different ways in your life. Maybe it's not people, but it's like you attract money, because second house is also money. So you attract, the more creative you are in your life, the more money loves you so much. But maybe you don't have the best situation when it comes to humans. Like you don't feel like you attract enough humans or love connections or something like that. There's different ways that this energy shows up, right? And so keeping in mind the recognition situation, because Capricorn energy really loves recognition, but Leo loves it from a place of like, validate me, please. Like help me to really feel happy about what I'm doing, this creative endeavor, when I have people really cheering me on. That's when I know it's working. And so that's a downfall, because sometimes you have to cheer yourself on. And so a lot of creatives have to go the extra mile before people actually start to support them. And that's usually your Leo energy, like, look, this is how it goes down. Of course, Aquarius energy is very, creative and wanting to think outside the box, right? But Leo energy, when you're doing something out of fun, pure enjoyment, it can feel like, wait, where is the audience? Where are the people that I get to enjoy it with, And so keeping that in mind with Leo energy is so important, because you have to check yourself. If you're doing something for the praise and the yay of other people, be mindful. And it's even your decisions. If you are somebody that loves to have fun and get creative, but your surroundings like to do things that don't really connect with you anymore, but you're still doing it because you want people to clap and you want people to love you, and you realize that when you do this thing, like whenever you sing and dance, that's when people really want to be around you. So even when your soul doesn't want to sing and dance anymore, you feel the need to still do it, because that is what you're known for. It's this fear of branching out, this fear of connecting to something new, because you feel like this is a part of your identity and this has to work. And so you can find yourself caught up in things, especially that Leo energy in all of us, man, so loyal. We can become a little loyal to a fault. It's this thing where I love it. I'm so attached. I'm so connected to it. Even as a child, you can have memories of going somewhere. And so now you're continuously going back to that place because it brings you that warm memory, when in reality, that place you've outgrown it. You don't need to continue going back. And so there's beauty in that. Maybe if it's an attachment, be careful, right? Check in with yourself. Like, hold up. Does this actually resonate with me anymore? And can it just be a distant memory and I don't have to continue to go back? There are certain decisions you'll make. If you know that staying out past 2 a.m. doesn't work well for your body when you have to wake up and do something important, are you still doing that? Are you still doing things to appease others? The people pleasing, my goodness, that Leo energy wants to people please, wants to make people happy, because that joy naturally comes out when people are smiling, when you feel like you have the support. You may not have the confidence that you need to cheer yourself on. And so now you're relying on others to want to see your creative endeavors, want to see the projects that you come up with, when in reality, it's about letting loose. A child, yes, they want the applause of their mama, but they are also still going to do them. They're still going to have their fun. They're still going to let loose and enjoy. And so that is so important. When you aren't mastering the joy part of life, your Leo energy comes to smack you real quick. Like, hey, this isn't fun anymore. And so now things become serious, or now you will cause it to become serious, and you're complaining or you're not happy that people aren't supporting you. And in reality, you need to support yourself. You need to find the joy in it for yourself. And you need to validate yourself before other people can jump on. I can't stress that enough. For me, I dibbled and dabbled in so many different creative opportunities. I did beauty pageants, the marching band in high school. I also did like drumming on the Red Sox field in Boston, because I was part of like this drumming crew. Since I was in the marching band, I was into that too. I played volleyball. I did a whole lot of stuff. Even in college, I was step team captain at one point, and there are so many things I dibbled and dabbled in. I got the applause that I wanted, but there were times where I felt like I had to just walk away, because I was like, okay, next, okay, let's move on, okay, and I wasn't so attached to it. But there are certain things I didn't have as much confidence as I needed to, and I wasn't having as much fun. And so my soul understood, detach from this, because you're going to start to dive into something that does not resonate with you anymore. Like, for example, the pageants, I kind of was tired of smiling the whole time. Like, I was naturally a smiley girl, but to have to purposely stay and smile for so long, I felt fake. I did get decent amount of support, but I also didn't have people raving over me. And so that was something I didn't feel attached to stick to, and thank goodness, right? But there may be other areas that you feel like, I can't let this go, because am I going to get the support? Am I going to get the love that I really want? And father wound, which, talking about support, father wound is huge huge when it comes to Leos. And that's something I do want to talk to y'all about in a separate video for sure. But father wound doesn't mean you grew up with the worst father or father figures. It just means there is this applause that you want from a parent, specifically a male masculine figure, or this support for something that you're doing, because masculine is action, right? Whereas feminine is supposed to be more calm. And so nurturing is what you look for when it comes to mothers. But fathers, of course, you want nurturing too. But the gist is support around actionable items, because Leo is also fire energy. And so when you're taking action, doing things that matter, there is this little child in a lot of us where the male figure, whether it's a father, whether it's adoptive, whether whoever you've seen as a male figure, there is this craving for them to approve of you. Even if you were the rebel child and didn't care about what your father figure wanted, there's still this natural thing built in us, specifically with the Leo energy, truly, that wants people to be like, that was great. You know, when you don't get that enough, or don't get that in the way that you would have hoped to have gotten it. Like if you had a parent that never went to your sporting events, or never supported your big projects, or didn't have the best things to say, that can really hurt. That can really feel like a sting, a burn on what it is that you're creating. Yeah, Leo, they have a fun, naturally enjoyable nature. Even when you hear, like, a lot of times the father could be the disciplinary, however they also come up with the creative things on how to hold the baby and the fun things like throwing them up in the air. It's like more action, fun, excitement, versus, like I said, the other energies are a little more calm. So there is a father wound that I will be talking about one day for sure. But just keep in mind, wherever your fifth house is, if you do know about houses, and if not, we'll talk about that too, but wherever your fifth house is, that is Leo energy basically, and that really can tell you what area of your life there's a level of creativity that's being asked of you. The sign that you have fifth house, or even a planet, if a planet lives in your fifth house, it's saying, hey, can we chill out for a little bit? Can we let loose? Can we just like enjoy life, you know? And I just always had a level of insecurity in the things that I was doing growing up, but I still pushed through. I was still like, you know what? I can do this. Like, I can start something for sure. How long I last in it, it depended. I'm not gonna lie. But I was someone that hyped myself up. I also still wanted validation from people. Like Instagram, oh my gosh, Instagram was tough for me. I didn't like the mental games that I experienced on Instagram, and it was all me. I can't put it on anybody else, but the, you know, followers and the likes, I had a hard time at one point. I only felt good when I was just posting for me and doing me. But the minute I was expecting things or all that, oh my gosh, it did not go well. And my Leo energy definitely showcased itself in times where my ego would pop up, because Leo energy has a big ego, and that's the whole, I want to do this thing and I want people to like me for it. I want to be the best in the room. I want to show up as the best. And even when I didn't have that so strongly, it was still apparent with social media for sure, in different areas of my life, I'm sure. But since we're talking about social, it was just this thing where I was like, okay, I've been here for this long and this is the amount of followers, but yet I'm looking at other people and they don't, and this person doesn't do this, and people aren't commenting, I'm not getting as much, you know, energy. That's weird to me, you know. Like, it would be this thing where I would kind of overthink. Naturally, me and who I am, I'm usually chilling. I'm usually just like, oh, okay, like, people are doing them, and the support that I do have, I'm grateful. But there can be a lack of gratitude when it comes to Leo energy. You can get all the support, but if you didn't get support from that one person, oh my God, Leo 7th house, if it's in relationships that you have your Leo energy, you can feel like your partner needing to be there, support you, all that. The minute you don't feel supported, especially when it comes to creativity or things that you're trying, creativity could even be like the clothes you wear. You want compliments, you want to feel good, you want your person to hype you up and be like, you look great, like, yo, oh my God, like, damn babe, you look great, like, to a man, whatever the case may be. Like, you want to feel wanted, you want to feel seen, you want to feel craveable, especially when, as a Leo energy within us, wants to stand by people. And so that energy also needs to be returned. And when we don't see it returned, we start to doubt. We start to want to, you know, panic. And that toxic ego can get the best of us for sure. It's this thing where well, if you're not validating me, will anybody else? Or is it even worth it? And the answer is yes. Leo is teaching you how to be more lighthearted. That person doesn't show up for you, that says more about them than it says about you. There's a difficulty in understanding that when it comes to Leo energy, because when you're doing something and yeah, it's fun, but you also get really passionate about things that you're doing. And so it's this juggling act. It's this, why are you doing this? Why do you need 5,000 likes? Are 2 likes enough for you? Are 10 likes enough for you? And if it's not, check yourself, right? That toxic ego will make you step outside of yourself, will make you tap into creative endeavors, but create unrealistic goals for yourself that now makes it less creative, if that makes sense. It's like, yeah, you're being creative, but you also have this toxic egotistical goal that's like, I need to be better than so-and-so, because so-and-so, I see how much applause they get and how the 5K likes come constantly, so I need to show up as them. And so you think you're in your creative bag, but in reality, you're in this like, toxic, confusing energy. And now your creativity you can see yourself get through that project, for example, but then afterwards you find yourself creatively exhausted or shot because you're craving, even if it's not validation online, but it's validation from that one person around you, or you have an anonymous blog or something like that, but because not much traffic is coming on your page, you're not doing the thing anymore. However, it's your destiny to do this thing, but it's just meant to start off slow. Leo energy, it's not about the quick results. It's about flowing and being your true, most authentic self and letting your inner child shine. It's so important. Yes, children have their pros and their cons, but the true pro is a 2-year-old, a 5-year-old, whatever the case may be. They're going to enjoy themselves how they see fit, and they're going to speak their mind regardless of if people will applaud or not. And that's something to check in with yourself. How much of me can I put into something without thinking of other people constantly approving it, needing me to show up a certain way? Like when you get advice also, that can hurt the Leo energy feeling, especially when it's something that's sensitive to you. And sensitive could really be like the outfit that you were so excited to wear. Like, for example, I had someone I was with, I had this cute little outfit, okay, this like romper. It was this outfit I was saving to wear for a while, and I ended up finding matching glasses with it, and I thought it was so cute. And it was the summertime, I was out with my people, and one of the first things he said when I talked to him after that night, because I like sent him like a picture of me or whatever, he was like, I didn't like those glasses. And I was like, okay, like, all right, thank God you weren't wearing them, you know what I mean? Like, and even when I was like, okay, but there's this like, damn, okay, like, well, that was nice, and you can take things so personally when in reality, people have their opinions. And yeah, I think the way you say something matters, of course, but not everyone's going to know how to talk to you and know how to say things. And so it's still staying true to you and being honest with yourself. If someone says something bad about an outfit, tap in. Do you still want to wear it? That child can go out wearing the rainbow for all they care, because this outfit makes them feel good. It's not about the validation and the yes and the applause. It's about, how does this make me feel? How confident does this make me stand on business? You know what I mean? Like, how confident do I feel in this thing? And how can I, moving forward, continue to help myself feel this way without needing other people to encourage that feeling, if that makes sense? Lightheartedness about life is why Leo is here. The sun rules Leo energy, okay? And so the sun, when it's out, people want to bask in it. You can't miss it. You cannot miss the sun when it's out, And so you're going to be seen for the creative shit that you do, for the physical body that God gave you, for the way that you do things that may not make sense to people. Stand on business about it. Still let your creativity shine regardless of what people have to say about it. That's so important, because little do you know, the way that you're showing up so confidently can really move certain people, but it has to move you first. And so I think the difference also with Leo and Aquarius, I've talked about Aquarius if you go to that video, but Aquarius is about community and people. Leo, it's that internal excitement about what it is that you have going on and feeling loyal to the people around you because they feel good to you and not because they make you look good or they make you feel great about yourself because they're such a great character. It's like, no, how do you see you? How do you validate you? How do you stand on business about you no matter what anyone has to say at all? That is so, 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 so important with the Leo energy. But we all have this in us, okay? We all have a creative endeavor or something, even if you don't think you're the most creative person, the way that you organize your house or what have you, when people have something to say about it, it can feel overwhelming. It can feel like, well, dang, like that was mean. Check in with yourself, and check in about the way that you prioritize joy in your life. If you are all serious, that Leo energy is going to hit you with playful people even around you. If you're suppressing your playfulness, you're going to have a lot of maybe joyful or whatever the case may be. There's different things that can happen with Leo energy. It is also showing you the kind of parent that you'll likely be to your children will shine, because that is where you get to really get to know yourself. Like every other sign, you can too, but this part, it's like freedom. It's go wild, go crazy. You know what I mean? Like, who are you? Because yeah, you can read all the books about parenting. You can learn all these things about what a child needs, this and the third, but how do you make it your own? As parenting gurus out there will give you tips and tricks, you can try that and it can still feel difficult, and now you're beating yourself up. So even in the parenting world, Leo energy is so important to harness, because children will challenge you. They'll come around and make a mess. Can you roll in the mess with them, or can you at least laugh about the mess sometimes? Of course there's disciplinary things that need to happen, but it's just laughing at life. There's so many things that will be thrown at you that Leo energy is helping you to be a little more lighthearted, because everywhere else in life can require you to be serious. But this energy is like, have a sense of humor. However, don't let people walk all over you, of course. Know that you have boundaries and you can uphold those boundaries. Your Aries energy alone is helping you to tap into your boundaries. Even if you're not requiring those boundaries, you feel them inside. And so even when it comes to your creativity, it can be something as simple as I don't appreciate your tone when you're talking about what it is that I just showed you, so let's try that again, but I would respectfully appreciate that you not talk to me like that. It's like speaking your mind in a way that resonates with you and protects your own peace, because like I said, that Leo energy wants to stay so loyal almost to a fault sometimes, but there's beauty in the loyalty. Oh my goodness. Leo energy, it's like when they walk in, you can't miss it. However, you can also feel when there's anger and there's frustration and there's a level of holding back. Even someone that is in their creative bag, you can kind of tell sometimes when it's like, oh, I've been seeing your work for a while, but this energy switched, and it's because you got advice that you're trying to now implement, but it doesn't resonate with you. It actually isn't your truth, and it does show to a lot of people, and you start to be like, wait, what's going on? Get back to you. Get back to your joyful space. If you're not there yet, take a second, back up a second. Even the work that you do, if you're in a job, make sure you have a hobby. If you're an entrepreneur, make sure you have something outside of the job that you're doing, the entrepreneurship that you're going after. Have something on the side that helps you to loosen up, enjoy. It's just keep in mind the toxicity that you can slide into, because you may say, I'm just doing this for fun, and yeah, I'm traveling. Meanwhile, it's not in your budget. You know what I'm saying? Like, Leo can also help you to see the toxic ego decisions that you are making, and will tell you quickly if this is truly who you are or if this is who you're trying to be. You know what I mean? Like, there is so much to keep in mind with Leo. I'm not gonna lie, it can go everywhere, but enjoy. Pleasure is so important in this energy. We all crave enjoyment. We all crave playful, chill vibes, like flow. Even my cat in the beginning doing all that she was doing, there's an option to get angry and be like, cat, you don't take me seriously. And I did have a moment with her, but it's after giving her the love and doing all of that, and then just be like, okay, now we gotta chill. It's like, you know your limits, you know your boundaries, and you also know when you don't have a balance. And so check in to make sure that you're balancing your playful energy with your serious go-getter energy. All the other zodiac signs, of course, their characteristics matter, but this one is asking you, let the real you shine. That sun sign, we all talk about our sun sign. The sun being ruled by Leo, ruling the sun, means you shine. When you're not yourself, you're gonna be mad when people don't see your shine. You're gonna be hurt when people don't see your shine. So it's important to tend to you, tend to your garden, be loyal to those people, be loyal to that project, be loyal to that creative endeavor, but make sure that you're fulfilled. Make sure you're checking in with yourself. You're editing as you go. Yes, you're a dancer and you love to dance, but maybe you're ready to pivot to a little hip hop. You know what I mean? You've been doing tap dance, you want to do hip, like whatever the case may be, just flow. A child will drop that toy to go to another random toy that ain't even a toy because it's the keys to your car, but there's this, excitement because they're like, what's that sound? It's curiosity. Be curious, be lighthearted, be somebody that sticks around energies that excite them. And the minute it doesn't excite them anymore, you don't need to stick around because you don't owe that energy or that vibe or that place your loyalty anymore. And if you feel like you have to be there, be confident enough and come up with creative ways to talk it out, to approach people from a place of confidence, a place of like, okay, this is what I have to say about this, and see your life start to expand and grow in ways that you probably wouldn't have imagined. Leo energy is so important for us all to tap into, us all to take advantage of. Wherever you have it in your birth chart, it's telling you so much about that playful, lighthearted energy. Keep that in mind. Okay, that's what I have for you for now. Okay, like I said, I have all the other videos. Watch those, and I also have Virgo energy coming up next. That's the next video. Okay, so definitely stay tuned. If you made it this far, I appreciate you. Like, comment, share, subscribe, support your girl. If not, that's okay. I so appreciate you being here regardless. It means so much. Okay, I will catch you on the next one when the next one drops. Okay, bye.